All right, welcome back. Fabulous Football Friday, Week 3 edition, Statement Week. And we just saw in that first segment, teams are making statements. And as Matt said, also teams are making statements by the turnovers they keep having. Princeton, big win. Nicholas County, season-saving win. Now, what about Bluefield and James Monroe as we bring in my guy, Matt. Matt, Bluefield, 1-0. Then they go to Princeton. They lose. Pretty big, 1-1. James Monroe, 2-0. They go to Shady and win. They go to Roane County and win. Now they get their home opener taking on a Bluefield team. Both teams AA fighting for the playoffs.
Yeah, I was really impressed with James Monroe's performance last week at Shady Spring. I was at that game. But can they do it against Bluefield? I've seen both these teams in action so far, so let's jump right into the action and get into it. The Bluefield Beavers on the road taking on the Mavericks, their home opener, like we just mentioned. Let's get it going right here. Both teams storming the field. Absolutely thrilling moments here. Beavers trying to see if they can go to 2-1. Let's see if they can do it. And it's Jeremiah Jones and Jameer Harris teaming up right here for the sack, bringing him down in the backfield. A good statement here for the Bluefield defense. Now it's Max Simpson with a screen pass out to Jordan Harris. He's still on his feet, out racing everybody, still going up the left field line. He will score. Touchdown Beavers. They jump out to a 7-0 lead. For the Mavericks now, back on offense. A low snap. The ball is loose. It jumps high, and Jameer Hickman recovers it, and Bluefield will take over. Defense ruled the day early for them, and now Simpson from the pocket throws over the middle, finds his man. It's Tylee Simon who's going to walk in for another touchdown. The Mavericks, they're still looking for that same kind of offensive production that we saw from them last week at Shady Spring. This tackle here in the backfield, though, is not going to help with that. And a good stop here from the defense. But right here, Ryan Mann to Bryce Gardner. This one will help get that production back. A great run up the sideline. He's finally tackled and brought down inbounds, and that will get them in striking range. Now it's Mann once again, looking, going deep, has a man, it's Frederick Parker. He's open, walks in, finds his end zone, touchdown Mavericks. They're right back in it. Bluefield, though, they'll be back on the attack soon enough, as here we go, Jeremiah Jones right here, taking it up the left side. He's going to make one man miss, sheds a tackle, and he gets trucked right here at a great hit there from the James Monroe defense, but soon it's Simpson getting his third touchdown pass of the evening so far. Jamarius Smith gets it right here for a touchdown, and Bluefield going on to win 35-27.
Ooh, Bluefield, that is a big-time win. James Monroe has looked fascinating. The first two games, 2-0. Bluefield, after a tough loss, goes into James Monroe and wins.
I think that's a statement for them. Bouncing back after a tough loss against Princeton, then like you mentioned, going on the road to be able to capitalize on a team that was 2-0 after two road games nonetheless. I think that's a real statement for them, especially when they were playing them on their first home game of the season.
Shows resilience, shows strength. Max Simpson, 3 touchdown passes. Boy, he is good. Now, what about a team that's good, maybe great? Midland Trail, 2-0 on the season. They're looking to go 3-0. They have Braxton County coming to town. Second home game after taking care of Polka last week. Let's go out to Midland Trail, where this team has looked fantastic early on. And right off the bat, they're inside the 5-yard line. And guess who? Jaden Roop punches it in. Roop was our Week 2 Athlete of the Week. And just like that, Trail strikes first. Braxton County now on offense. Logan Payne takes the handoff. He gets outside for a big gain. The Eagles try the same play again here as they're trying to move it, but this time Trail sniffs it out, and they weren't having it as 3 different Patriots race to the ball and get the tackle for no gain. So Trail back on offense. Race Dickerson looks for Ryan Stevenson, but it's well defended and batted away and almost picked off by Payne. So the Eagles defense gets the stop, and now their time on the field. But look at this. Jamison Swafford, shoestring tackle, no good. Trail now showing it on offense, and Jaden Roop finally gets something going. Dances through the tackles. Roop with a big gain. The Patriots looking to add on more. Dickerson in shotgun. Dickerson drops back. Dickerson over the middle, and Gage Johnson's there for the touchdown. He takes the hit, but gets 7 more on the board as a reward for Trail, and they get that ball right back. Dickerson this time takes the snap, rolls out right. Xalen Johns on the crosser. He connects. Dickerson to Johns, first down Patriots, but they were not done just yet. Dickerson rolls out again, and guess what? Dickerson to John, first down. Dickerson to John, touchdown. The Midland Trail Patriots are 3-0 after a big 35-0 win over Braxton County. From there, we go out to Greenbrier East after their huge win at Woodrow last week. They host Allegheny, 4th and 2, and the Spartans go for it. Caden McNeely slides under center at the last second, takes the snap, bulldozes his way for the first down. Now East at the 4-yard line. Hamrick to A.J. Godfrey. He bobbles it. He gets it back. He cuts it. Pay dirt, pay dirt. Ball game. We have a ball game. Tied up at 7. Allegheny, though, now wanting to respond before half. 4 minutes to go. Brady May gets the handoff. Goes outside. Finds the edge. Fights off a hit. And finally goes out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Loses the ball, but he was already out of bounds. And he sets it up at the goal line. So, Spartans, they stop the next 2 plays. It's 3rd down. Dennis Jordan rolls out to the right, looks to throw, goes backwards, realizes no one's coming for him, and he basically just walks into the end zone untouched. No one tackled him, no one touched him, and Allegheny gets the score right before half. Then, right after half, Allegheny comes right back. This time, it's Nisley who cuts and jukes and says goodbye. Nisley into the end zone. Allegheny goes up by 2 scores. The Spartans have to get something going on offense here. Hamrick fakes the handoff, hits Burdett over the middle. Burdett jukes and puts it on. Goodbye, races, and he goes all the way down to the 5-yard line before he gets hit out of bounds. Just what the Spartans needed. Very next play, it's A.J. Godfrey time. Yes, sir. We have a ball game now. 21-14. Spartans trail by 7. And guess what? The Spartans defense comes up big. They get the ball right back to the offense as it's met midfield. Hamrick in shotgun. Hamrick to Godfrey. Godfrey stutter steps, goes forward, falls forward. The ball is out. Allegheny picks it up. Buddy Leisure White has it. White outruns everyone, and it's a house call. Allegheny goes on to give the Spartans their first loss of the year, 36-26. This was a very, very fun game, Matt. That was a back-and-forth game, and we'll talk about this in a second, but turnovers by East is the reason why they lost that game. We'll talk about that in a second, but Beckley, they get back on the winning column after losing to East last week, 31-7 over Parkersburg South. Meadow Bridge continues to stay undefeated over Wyoming East, 32-16. Allegheny, we just showed you that one, beats Greenbrier East. Princeton over Oak Hill. Nicholas County over Shady Spring. A lot of teams putting up some big numbers. Riverview over Hurley, 42-16. Bluefield, 35, James Monroe, 27. That was a great game. Liberty, 27 over Greenbrier West, 14. That game was tied up at the half, and then Liberty went on a run. Midland Trail blanks another opponent. Another shutout for Midland Trail is remarkable. And what about a shutout for Independence at Warren, Ohio? This was when Independence went to Ohio as we come back here. And they got to win. So Independence now back-to-back wins against Ohio teams, one at home, one on the road. They shut out that team. Is incredible. But Matt, real quick, back to Greenbrier East. You have watched them very close up. You know this team well. They did the complete opposite of last week. Their offense showed up, but they gave up so many takeaways that it gave Allegheny everything they wanted.
Yeah, I feel like that's been kind of the theme for a lot of the teams this week so far, is that turnovers at the worst possible time ended up ruining any kind of momentum that they had. We saw it earlier with Shady Spring, and we saw it now with Greenbrier East, and I guess that was kind of the theme for this week, just turnovers at the worst possible times.
No doubt about it. And listen, it is still week 3. It is a statement week, but it is still week 3. Things are going to happen. You're going to make mistakes, no doubt about it. But I think this week kind of put everybody on an interesting playing field. What it told me, Matt, is that one, Princeton is still up at the top.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And then on the other end, Independence is still up at the top.
Absolutely. And I think the biggest surprise for me is Midland Trail. I shouldn't really call them a surprise. They had 20 seniors on the roster this year. Last year was a bit of a down year just because of injuries and a couple other things. But this year, everyone coming together, everyone wants to have one last hoorah before graduation, I think is really kind of building to this momentum. 3-0 now, much better than we expected from them.
I'm so glad you brought them up. Midland Trail, 55-0 last week, 36-0 this week. They are not just beating teams, they are demolishing teams. And that shows that you're a good team. If you beat teams like that, you're something special. I can't wait to see what they do the rest of the year. All right, week 3 is in the books. What about that week? Oh, so many more weeks to come, though. Don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap things up with your final forecast and a little scores talk right after this.